Hello and welcome to Christian Weather Broadcasting. Today we're going to be forecasting Tropical Storm Nicole. But before we do, take a look at the gospel message in the description because Jesus can save you from hell. Right now, you're looking at Tropical Storm Nicole. It does have a center now. It is a tropical storm. It is not a subtropical storm anymore, but it is a tropical storm. And despite its lack of very deep convection, we can expect it to intensify. And in fact, we're expecting a Category 1 hurricane on landfall. 70 mile an hour wind right now, 984 millibar pressure, moving only at 10 miles an hour. These key messages are really important. Please pause the video and read through them. One of the most important things we can probably mention from them is that there will be high storm surge in both the Bahamas and Florida, and also the potential for waves. Not only that, that this storm has an absolutely immense wind field. You can see I've heard that it's about 400 miles wide. So that means as this storm makes landfall, we will be seeing tropical storm force winds extending for large portions of Florida due to the immense size of this storm, into portions of Georgia, maybe even Alabama, depending on track, and possibly and likely into South Carolina as of now. As you can see, there is hurricane warnings up in the Bahamas, Florida hurricane watch for northern Florida, into Georgia tropical storm warning, and portions of Georgia into South Carolina around Charleston. We see those tropical storm watches, though I do expect those to be increased. Our rainfall potentials right now, the highest rainfall potential we have is 4 to 6 inches, extending from just below Tampa Bay to close to St. Augustine, Florida. Now, let's take a look at our peak storm surge. We are seeing 3 to 5 feet, and at the mouth of the St. Johns River, 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 4 feet near Indian Pass. So do expect some storm surge, and even all the way up to South Santee River in South Carolina, we could experience 2 to 4 feet of storm surge. So do be ready for storm surge. Wind speed probabilities around nearly or around 80-90% chance where we'll see that landfall of tropical storm force winds. And in portions of North Florida and Georgia, we could see anywhere from 30 to 40, maybe even up to 60%, depending, of course, on track. Now, speaking of tracks, where will this storm go? Good question. This storm will make landfall in South Florida. The farthest north I think it could go is maybe up to around Daytona. So you can see all the models agree pretty much that we'll see a landfall in South Florida, and then we'll see it curve and go around to near the Gulf side of Florida. Now, intensity guidance, most of the models bringing it to strong tropical storm, which it's already at, and some bringing it to Category 1 hurricane, though I do think this will hit a mid-strength hurricane, probably around 80 to 85 miles an hour on landfall. This storm is in an area where there is neutral to favorable wind shear for development of tropical systems. So because it's in that little bubble, and there is also, let's see here, and it's also in a good area as far as water temperature, because it is down south, we can expect it to have the time to strengthen. Now, let's go to the forecast models and see what they are forecasting. The GFS is forecasting 980 millibar on landfall. The ECMWF model is forecasting just a little more than the GFS. I think it is forecasting 984 at peak and around 988 on landfall, though I do believe we will see lower than that on landfall. So do expect a Category 1 hurricane and get prepared now. Thank you for watching. This has been Christian Weather Broadcasting. And before we go, let's take a look at the wind speed time arrivals. By Wednesday, 8 a.m., those tropical storm force winds are moving into Florida. And by 8 p.m., they're moving into North Florida. Thank you for watching. This has been Christian Weather Broadcasting.